I found a wedding invitation in my boyfriend's drawer. He was listed as the groom, but some woman I've never heard of was listed as the bride. Yeah, y'all aren't ready for this one. I had been dating my boyfriend for 2 years. We lived together, had a dog together. We even had a shared Google Calendar called Our Future, where we put all upcoming dates of things we were planning on doing. So one weekend, he tells me that he's gonna go visit his parents. I'm like, okay, great, fine. I wanted to get some stuff done around the house, and it was much easier when he was not there. And as I'm cleaning in our bedroom, my eyes just kind of drift over to his junk drawer, which is in the nightstand next to the side he sleeps on. And let me tell you, this man has always been so weird about this drawer. Anytime I even get near it, he's like, don't go next to it. It's private. That's my stuff. That's my drawer. You can't go in there. Like, okay. He's so defensive about it that it just felt wrong. And to be honest with you, it's my home. Anything that's in my home is my business. You can't just have things in my house and feel like you can't tell me what it is. So naturally, I decide to go through it. And I'm digging through cables and cords and receipts. And that's when I see a thick envelope. Inside is really nice quality cardstock and embossed gold lettering. It's a wedding invitation. And my first thought is, he got invited to a wedding and didn't tell me? That's weird. But no, way worse. So then I start reading the invitation and it says, you are cordially invited to attend the wedding of my boyfriend's name to some random girl. Let's call her Melissa. I was like, who's Melissa? I have never heard the name Melissa in my life. And then I look, the date, it's in 2 months. This is not like he had some secret fiance and they broke off the engagement years ago. No, this is an upcoming wedding. And the dates of the wedding were dates that he told me he was going to be on a business trip. So he really planned ahead for this. So obviously the first thing that I do is Google the woman, and yeah, she is real. She's gorgeous. Honestly, we kind of look alike. He is a type. The man has a type, let me tell you. And the worst part, her bio of her social media was future Mrs. his last name. I was like, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out. So I do the only logical thing I can think of. I DM Melissa because I'm not going to give my boyfriend the opportunity to come up with some kind of lie. So I sent her a message and was like, hey girly, I think that your fiance may be my boyfriend. And she doesn't respond, but within 15 minutes, you know who does? My boyfriend. And he is screaming at me. He's telling me, you just ruined my entire life. You were just someone to pass time with. Melissa's the real love of my life. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Why are you acting like I was some kind of side chick? We were together for 2 years, lived together. Like we were in a very serious relationship. I was already so hurt, but then hearing him make our relationship seem like it was so worthless, that it meant nothing to him when it was incredibly serious. I met his family. He met my family. So his family all knew he had 2 relationships going. Isn't that insane? And I knew he was going to try to lie his way out of this. So I sent Melissa all the proof I had, our lease with both of our names on it, photos of us, text messages we were sending earlier that day, telling each other we loved each other. I mean, irrefutable proof that we were in a very serious relationship. Because I know if it was the other way around and Melissa would have found out and came to me saying my boyfriend was cheating, I wouldn't have believed her because there were no signs to me that my boyfriend was cheating on me other than the weird junk drawer thing. Then I took the dog and I got the heck out of that apartment. I never wanted to see that man ever again. And so sad for him, but the wedding was canceled. How do I know? Because me and Melissa, we've actually become friends. You would think that maybe she would hate me, but she knew that we were both in the exact same position. We were both duped by this man, and we're getting drinks next week, so that should be fun. Moral of the story, be nosy. Always check the junk drawer. My best friend is absolutely convinced that her boyfriend is cheating on her. With me, I've known my best friend for years, and even though she has so many amazing qualities, one of her fatal flaws is that she literally doesn't trust anyone. And this isn't totally her fault because she's had a lot of guys in the past cheat on her, which has created really severe trust issues, but my girl has not worked through those. She needs to go to therapy, but hasn't done that. Now, I was always the single one in our friendship and she always had a boyfriend. So when I started dating my boyfriend and she was single, she was not happy about it. And she was constantly getting upset with me for not spending enough time with her or for always choosing my boyfriend over her. And it was just getting so stressful because I felt like I could never win. Then one day I had the most genius idea that would solve everybody's issues. My boyfriend's best friend is literally one of the nicest guys I've ever met. And also he was really looking for something serious. I set them on a blind blind date and it went super well. And they started dating like a month after meeting. Everything was perfect. We were double dating. They were getting along. I thought that all of the problems were in the past, but no, I was wrong. There were way more serious issues to come. So she slowly starts to trust this guy, and I'm like, you know what? She just needed a good, trustworthy man to get over those trust issues. No, she needed therapy. Everything fell apart last week when my best friend showed up unannounced at my front door in absolute waterworks. I was like, girl, what is going on? And she was like, he's cheating on me. I was shocked. This man, he would be the last man in the world I would ever think would cheat. He is just the biggest golden retriever energy in the world. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. How did you find out? Did you read text messages? Did you walk in on him? Like, girl, what happened? And she's like, no, I found a hair tie in his car. I was like, oh, rewind. So are you saying that he admitted this hair tie belonged to a girl he was cheating with? Because a hair tie in a car can mean a lot of things. You don't even know how long that hair tie has been in the car. She looked at me like I was the dumbest person in the world. She's like, Kels, obviously cheaters aren't going to ever admit that they're cheating. He's trying to tell me that the hair tie belonged to his sister. I was like, okay. I mean, his sister and him live like 5 minutes away from each other and spend a ton of time together. So that is the most logical solution. I was like, listen, I know that a lot of guys in the past have done you wrong and cheated on you, but I really do think he's a good guy. I don't think he would do that. Also, y'all spend so much time together and he's always working. So when would he even have time to cheat on you? Really, I think the most realistic scenario here is that it was his sister's hair tie. But as I'm talking, I see her look down to my wrist and all the color drains from her face. I'm like, what's wrong? She just points and goes, that hair tie on your wrist. I was like, this hair tie? She's like, yeah, that was the exact type of hair tie I saw in his car. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's a blonde hair tie. It's like the most basic hair tie that every blonde girl has. And his sister's blonde. So I'm sure it is the same hair tie. I think a lot of people own this hair tie. I go to one of my friend's houses and I need to borrow a hair tie and she's blonde. This is the hair tie they give me. The blonde girls get it. And she starts losing it on me. She's like, why were you in his car? Like, why are you lying to me? I was like, okay, I've been in his car one time over a year ago. I was in the back seat. My boyfriend was in the passenger seat. I haven't been in it recently. I didn't leave that hair tie. I don't know what to tell you. And she looks back down at my hands and she starts losing it even more. She's like, what is that ring you're wearing? I've never seen it before. And I look, I'm like, what? Oh, it's the dairy ring that my boyfriend just bought me last week for our anniversary. If you don't know what a dairy ring is, the concept is absolutely wild. But whenever you're buying it, you have to show proof of ID and you can only buy a dairy ring for one person in your entire life. So for our anniversary, my boyfriend got me one to show his commitment to me and that he would never be able to buy one for any other girl ever. It was very cute. And my best friend starts jumping to the most insane conclusions. She's like, no, the timing is way too coincidental and my boyfriend must have bought you that ring to show his commitment to you. I was like, I don't know what to say. I'm sure that my boyfriend can show you the receipt that he bought it. She's like, no, I don't trust it. Those things can be faked. He could have photoshopped it. I was like, how many Photoshop skills do you think my finance bro boyfriend has? My best friend told me that the only way that her boyfriend can prove that he's not cheating on her with me is to buy her a dairy ring. Because she said that whenever he goes and tries to buy a ring for her, he won't be able to because he's already bought one for me. I was like, you know what? That sounds like an amazing idea. I think you should do that because obviously he did not buy me the ring. And silly me, I think this is all just gonna blow over by the next day, but I was wrong because my best friend calls me and goes, I knew you were lying. My boyfriend's refusing to buy me a dairy ring. And he's telling me it's because it's too soon or that he feels like he's being manipulated in this situation. But I know the real reason is because he won't be able to buy me one because he already bought one from you. I immediately like, I can't do that. I hang up because there's nothing I'm going to say to her to make her change her mind. And I immediately call her boyfriend. And I was like, okay, what's good? Can you just go buy her the ring, please? Please? And he's like, no. I was like, have you already bought a ring for somebody in the past and that's what's happening? He's like, no, I've never bought a dairy ring for anybody before, but I don't want to feel like I'm being forced into this because of her insecurities and her trust issues. I was like, I get it. I get your perspective. It's very fair. But this is really impacting me right now. And I need you to do me a favor. I need you to just do this so that she can get over this.